kicking up dust on a rick house floor. Charred oak whispers we can't ignore. Stories in the mash, fire in the grain. Raise up your glass, feel that bourbon flame. We're the bourbon legends, let the spirit flow. From the backwoods stills to tonight's big show. Every drop a story, every sip that's drowned. We're bourbon legends, let's throw it down. Let's throw it down. From Kentucky hills to the neon lights, we're talking small batch days and whiskey nights. Tasting the past in every pour. Gonna carve our names on the distiller's door. We're the bourbon legends, let the spirit flow. From the backwoods stills to tonight's big show. Every drop a story, every sip that's drowned. We're bourbon legends, let's throw it down. Let's throw it down. Raise 'em high, feel the fire. Clinking glasses, lifting higher. One more toast to the ones before and the legends we're making forevermore. We're the bourbon legends, let the spirit flow. From the rick house walls to your front row. Every drop a story, every sip a crown. We're bourbon legends, come gather round. Come gather round. Come gather round.
Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to Thursday Night Live with the Bourbon Legends. I am Craig M. Bowden. You know, the bourbon. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a wonderful week. Veterans Day was a couple of days ago. If you served our country one way or the other in any armed forces branch, I'd like to personally thank you for doing that for us, helping keep America great, strong, and free. Speaking of free, we've got some free giveaways tonight that we're going to give away. Got 2 bottles in particular that I know we're going to give away. And the beautiful thing about shows like this is you do not know what else is going to happen. We may give away a King of Kentucky later on tonight. Wouldn't hold my breath for that, but we may, you know. So anyway, let's bring in our co-host for the night, Mr. Will Chill Rocco. No, it's Roger this time. You never know who's going to pop in, you know. What's up, Roger?
Everything is Van Damn-tastic.
Oh,
It is a good night. Got new computer on. Hopefully it works and the audio works and there's no glitch or anything like that. And I think we already got that out of the way. And I'm getting a back room scene of how you're running everything, so it's kind of nice. And
yeah, you're gonna need that here in just a little bit to figure out how to run these shows.
I'll never do it as never.
Well, the thing is, Roger, all you have to do is just point and play. I mean, now that you have that computer, just point and push a button, you know. And I'm going
you
to
want me to do that now? No, don't.
No, not now.
Not now. Okay.
Marty,
Marty,
we all have to start somewhere, and yours is just going to be in what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now?
3 weeks trial by fire. Yeah.
Yeah. So just in case you folks don't know, on Thursday, Thanksgiving night, we will not be here live Uh, actually, I don't know what we're going to do. I may play a video or something instead, but we will not go live. Everybody's going to be hungover either from whiskey or from turkey or both. And I always have a tradition. Every Thanksgiving evening, I make turkey gumbo from the leftover bones of the turkey that we had earlier in the day. And then we always sit down next to a nice blazing fire and watch my favorite to second favorite Christmas movie, which is It's a Wonderful Life.
That sounds like a good night.
And you know, I will tell you this: whenever you're feeling down, sorry for yourself, feel that you're not worthy of, you know, life and everything else, go watch It's a Wonderful Life, and that'll put a whole new perspective that, you know, if you have friends, you know, that's what makes you the richest man in the world, is having friends. And so if you've never watched that movie, go watch that movie. If you do it for nobody else, do it for me, because that is Frank Capra made that movie. Jimmy Stewart is in it. Donna Reed. It is a beautifully crafted masterpiece of a movie.
I would have to agree.
Thanksgiving night. Second favorite might be Miracle on 34th Street, the original with
the original, yeah.
Yeah, with not Richard Attenborough. I don't like the colored versions either of these movies. I want to watch a black and white movie, you know. To me, that is what Christmas and Thanksgiving is about. It's like family, traditions, old times, all that good stuff. Roger, shall we move on and talk about what's going to go on the show tonight? We've got a couple of special guests here. But first, let's talk about a new release coming out, and it is the Angel Envy 10-year cask strength bottle.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting. It seems like Angel Envy has been hot and heavy this last month or two with a lot of different releases. The key that comes out here is the proof's 122.6. It's a 10-year, which in their world still sourced product that they're bottling, but that price tag keeps jumping up every single year. We're looking at,
yes, it does.
Wings on a bottle, $249. It's getting a little tough.
Well, I wonder if they just jumped that price up because it's the first ever easy for me to say, cask strength release. You think that's why, or they're just trying to still get while the getting's good?
Yeah, I think it's that. I don't think it's finished, from what I understand. I think it's straight bourbon. But
that would be, I believe that would be a first as well, would it not?
Well, their bottle and bond product that they did this year, which was their juice and their was bottle and bond, but it only came out at 100 proof. So this is all juice that they sourced in the past. Knock on wood, I believe part of it is Green River, and because I've seen the barrels at Green River chilling in their rick houses, so kind of distinctive angel wings on the sides of the barrels, but it doesn't matter. There's people that are fans of this product and there's people that are not fans. So there's a strong line there.
Right. Well, I kind of have mixed reviews on it. Angel's Envy is not something I typically purchase. I have a few bottles of it. It's not necessarily my favorite. And I'm not against finished whiskeys by any means. But yeah, there's just something about it. I just don't really go to it that much.
No, I agree. They've got a rye and a bourbon that's out there, and they're very popular. And there's people that gravitate toward it. I know the one local here is 107 Liquors has got a store pick that they did at 107 proof, which I thought was kind of interesting, a little different take on it, and it's actually I enjoy it. I like it. I like it. That's probably one of my favorite of the Angels Envy is that store pick.
Let's move on to a commemorative bottle that's coming out of Old Forester. And that's a commemorative series, limited edition, and it honors Elmer Lucille Allen. What a name for a woman, right? Elmer.
Yeah.
But she is described, and I don't quite understand this from their press release, described as the first African-American chemist at Brown-Forman. I don't know what the described means, but anyway.
Maybe it was in the translation of her duties at the time going on, because it might not have been listed as a chemist position at that time, but now it's considered a chemist position. Maybe
Could
that's
be. The interesting thing about this bottle is it is commemorative, and you can only get it at the distillery. And I believe, I could be wrong, I believe it's this Saturday.
This Saturday's a drop.
Yeah, that Miss Allen will be there signing autographs as well. She is a young 94-year-old woman right now.
See, again, bourbon helps you live longer. I just put that out there. Not a doctor.
Yeah. Well, in moderation, I'm sure it is okay for you. We read a lot of information and whatnot about the trends that's going on, and right now the trend is not to drink alcohol. Young people are not getting on the bandwagon of drinking. They're more fitness minded and whatnot. So I guess it's going to be up to us old folks to just keep this train a rolling.
My question: Did they have anything released as far as the cost or the price on the bottle?
I searched high and low and could not find a MSRP on this bottle.
I wonder if it's a 375 too. That's the other thing. They do a lot of.
I could not find any more information other than this. This was from their official press release. I could not find out what juice it was, whether there's going to be some sort of commemorative tater stick. I don't know. It was very vague.
So we can make up our own thoughts on what it could be. The fact that it could be, what is that stuff? King of Kentucky. It's King of Kentucky's juice at a 375.
Well, I mean, it could be. You never know. It'll probably come from the same
bourbon lore started the trend.
Or it could be early times, bottled in bond. You never know.
There you go.
Because both of those are basically the same mash bill, right?
Yeah, they're Brown-Forman products.
Yeah.
At least they were.
We mentioned it earlier today, Roger, or earlier tonight, that Thanksgiving is coming up. What does your family do for Thanksgiving?
Well, this year, my wife with a new role at her company doesn't get Thanksgiving Day off, which is for us.
Really?
And yeah, no Thanksgiving Day off.
How un-American is that?
Well, it's retail. They got their next day is their biggest, one of the bigger days of the year with Black Friday. And so they're busy with the company and shipping things to the various stores and locations. So at this point, we're probably just going to hold it and table it till Saturday. We'll probably have a meal on Saturday and have all of us, just me, my wife, and my daughter, and have a nice relaxing meal on Saturday, and we'll enjoy it then.
Well, I would invite you and your daughter to come up and eat with us, but you probably wouldn't want to do that because we are fortunate enough to still have to go to 2 houses on Thanksgiving. I don't know how much longer that will last. You never know. But it sometimes makes for a long day.
Yeah.
We usually catch the parade in the morning, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, and then we hop over. This year, we usually switch off. This year, we go to my mother-in-law's house, And then as soon as we're through with that one, then we go to my folks' house. And then when we get through with that, then it's time for me to make that gumbo. But you know what? That is nothing to complain about. That's something to be thankful for.
Definitely.
So, anyway, and I'm going to show this. And folks, stick around. We're going to bring our guests on here in just a minute. They've got a great story that they need to get out and that we're trying to help with. So don't run anywhere. This is your warning to go to the bathroom if you need to real quick. We'll be right back.
Let's say Warner could talk. What do you think he would say to you?
He would say, I love you, sissy. And I think he would say, have a good day at school. And I think he would say, I love you, family.
His baby blue eyes, we get compliments on almost every single time we're out. And his smile. His smile lights up the room just about anywhere he goes. Jeez. A typical doctor's appointment with Warner, there's usually pieces in there that are positives that you can take away, but it's challenging. Usually the doctors don't know what it is, and then we have to explain it. So back when Warner was born, everything was kind of moving along as it should. Milestones were being met. Seemed like everything was fine. Good job. Around the age of 1, we started noticing things different. Like, okay, there seems to be a little bit of a delay. Pulling up on furniture, crawling around, and all of that stopped. Being admitted into Riley, running all sorts of tests to rule out different things. The hard push to get answers was about 11 months.
We got the call, hey, come back into the genetics doctor. We had no idea what we were about to walk into.
When we first heard INAD, we had no idea what it was. You hear terminal.
There's no known cure, and then you hear that life expectancy 5 to 10 years, and we didn't know what to do. We just cried. And what do we do now?
Watching him stand up on his own, almost taking independent steps, and then crawling getting slower, and then it disappearing, and then no longer being able to sit. It's definitely been a hard road watching all of it disappear. It's a pretty lengthy process for a typical doctor's appointment because it's not your typical disease that they've worked with. With the rarity of INAD, I know we're not going to get things that we want every single time, but the willingness to be heard is my biggest issue.
I am thankful for family. My mom, me, my dad, and my brother, and that's our backyard where swing set is.
I don't know exactly how she sees things, but Presley has always been Warner's biggest support. Sorry. I love watching how she interacts, how she cares for him, but also I worry because of how she's going to be in the next step of this whole journey. I just worry for her heart as a mom. She is a superhero. That is for sure. She is something special.
Fans, give it up for the indomitable Warner Kays. Hoosier Nation is behind you, Warner.
The diagnosis has definitely brought a great deal of support our way. You have your people, you have your circle, you know your ones that are going to be there for you through thick and thin.
Faith can move mountains, and we are all INAD warriors, and together we fight.
The reason we started the nonprofit is to just make sure that we bring as much awareness and funding to the small space as we can, because a treatment and cure is the absolute end game for all of us.
The gala obviously is our biggest event, and use that money to hopefully one day find the first approved treatment. God willing, it helps our boy, but if we're able to help somebody else that has it, we succeeded.
Presley, at Warner's age, was starting school, getting ready for sports and dance. Unfortunately, that's not our day-to-day with Warner, which is fine. God had bigger plans for us, and we're just going to run with the journey he's put us on.
I want to say I love him so much. I know that he'll always be in my heart.
How has Warner changed you as a dad?
I would say mellowed me out a lot, see the big picture, not go too fast, kind of live in the moment with him. I don't know how many of them we have left. Everyone matters.
So that'll tell you what we're up against tonight. So here's what I want to do, folks. We're getting ready to bring Warner's mom and dad on. We're going to bring Roger back. And let's welcome Roger. And then we're going to welcome Paige and Andy Kays. Hey, folks, how are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Doing
Good.
well.
Good to see you. Look, before we start anything up with questioning, I do want to put your link up here. This is a Patreon link up there in the left-hand corner. If you guys would like to donate, check out their webpage. Pick your phone up and hold it up there, and that'll take you directly to their webpage. So, without further ado, we're going to see if we can make some legendary things happen tonight. So, let's get right going. How about that?
Sounds good.
So, for those that do not know, and I may screw this up totally, so your son has infantile neuroaxonal dystrophy. Is that how you say that?
Yep, neuroaxonal dystrophy. You were super close.
And how did you learn about this? Because from what I understand, this inflicts less than like 200 people worldwide. I mean, that had to be a crazy journey in your life of trying to figure out what is going on, and a lot of soul searching and online searching, I'm sure, and doctors searching. So can you just shed a little light on that for us?
Yeah. It took right around a year to get the actual diagnosis. We knew something was off. He was delayed. We started speech, PT, and all the things to just try to get him back up to the normal milestones that he should be hitting. But then things started regressing. So we just went from doctor to doctor to try to get help. We finally got into a developmental pediatrician at Riley who was able to admit us into Riley to get all the different kinds of testing that we needed. Which we stayed in for a few days. And then about 2 weeks later is when we got the diagnosis. But all in all, it was about 11 months trying to fight for somebody to listen and to actually understand something was going on. But yeah, it has affected less than 200 people worldwide. So it's ultra rare. What INAD does is it pretty much damages all the nerve cells in your brain. So sending messages throughout your body, it takes away your movement, your speech, motor skills over time, which then leads to the devastation of a loss. So we are here to fight for a treatment and cure. So no other parents have to go through what we are, or children.
Yeah, that's got to be tough. That's a daunting thing to have to deal with, for sure. But
Yeah, I know that.
Go ahead, Roger.
I was going to say Riley's Children's Hospital is very, very big. And I know that there's several other YouTube Bourbon Tube groups that do fundraisers to support them. SLB Drinks being the largest one. They do a big process to help them with funding and things like that over the last few years. Is it been, it sounds like you got a little movement there once you were received at Riley, and since that point, do you still continue to see them there?
Yeah, we follow developmental. We usually see them every 6 months. We see our geneticist who is also with Riley. We're currently in the process of joining like our team of doctors because there wasn't any guidelines for INAD with it being so rare. So like if you've got cancer, there's like a certain textbook of things that you can follow from like medicines, equipment, those kinds of things that you'll eventually need. And that was not published until April of this year for INAD. So that has been a little more helpful to get on the ground running with the medical professionals. So we're still currently trying to build that team, but we have a GI doctor, which has helped. He has a G tube, so for feeding, and a dietitian and a neurologist, which is the one who's ultimately going to be leading the whole medical staff that we join. So it's definitely been a long process. It's hard to be patient, but you just kind of have to be in something that's so rare. But yeah, it's all within Riley.
I hate to bring the elephant in the room up, but the prognosis, I mean, there is no cure, right? But like life-wise, like how long does this usually go on until it no longer goes on, if you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's the prognosis, in other words?
It's typically 5 to 10 years life expectancy. Warner turned 5 this year, and we're still going strong. He obviously has lost a lot of skills and stuff like that, but you don't really know until you know, I guess. Everybody is a little bit different, but it's typically around that 5 to 10 years.
And I kind of did a little reading on this myself, and I know that there's thought that there might be more children affected by it, but they just haven't been diagnosed. And I think that's part of what you're trying to do with drawing it is to make sure that, hey, it's out there and everybody understands it. Because again, only 200 in the world, that's kind of a small amount, and it wouldn't be the first diagnosis that a doctor would normally gravitate toward. So I think the idea what you're looking for is to try to find the ability to get some money to make sure people are aware that this is out there and understand the symptoms and all those type things.
Yes, definitely. Awareness is the number one. Without people being aware of it, excuse me, and possibilities of like the symptoms and those kinds of things, they don't know what to look for. And the only way that you can get an INAD diagnosis is from a genetic test, which you have to get the full genetic workup. It's not just like your very small genetic swab that you can get from a mouth swab. So that's the only downfall. And from a pricing standpoint, if you're not like admitted into the hospital, testing can be pretty expensive. So I would imagine that's why some probably are undiagnosed with it. But again, the more we can get this out there, the awareness, of course, it's going to bring more light on it, bring more people to up to speed with what the symptoms could be, and then get us around to all the medical professionals, scientists, doctors, people that are helping like labs or things like Eli Lilly, who's producing all of the end medications. The more we can just bring light to it and knowledge, the faster, I guess, things would move.
Oh,
yeah,
that
you kind of touched on there at your last comment, and I was going to ask, are there any treatments or therapies or supportive care strategies that has made a difference or are making a difference?
There is not any treatment or cure, so there's no medications or anything that we can kind of take to prolong anything. But he does do physical therapy and occupational therapy. We do that once a week, and that helps, especially with making sure that he's just keeping stretched and his muscles aren't getting tighter, because they will get tighter over time, and that can then lead to pain and different issues later on. And then as far as like possible treatments in the future, gene therapy would be something that is hopefully in the near future as far as a treatment. But again, nothing is available as of right now.
Right.
Now, I know the one thing I was looking at is that in the video that we saw earlier, you've got a very lovely daughter.
Thank you.
There's also the support for you two trying to deal with this, situation and understand and trying to get. I'm assuming you guys are you have people to work with and talk with, and that's helpful with a group when you get into these groups. But with your daughter, that's got to be tough. I mean, I wouldn't know what to do. I mean, my daughter had a cat that passed away, and there was nothing I could do, and you just kind of like you wish you could do something. But do you talk with her about what's going on and those type things?
We
As much as
do.
you can.
Yeah, as much as we can. She is 6. She'll be 7 next month. So she is definitely smarter beyond her years and aware of what's going on. She doesn't know the end of what will happen, but she is what I like my biggest worry, because she is very close to him. We do a prayer every single night when we put Bubby to bed, and she's usually the one saying the prayer. And more often than not, she prays for him to be able to walk and play with her again one day. So that's definitely a heartstring pull that's hard.
Yeah.
But
She's his little protector.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yep.
No, that's
Sorry about that.
definitely needed.
I pushed the wrong button. Yeah, I wasn't going to go down this road, but I mean, you never know what somebody is dealing with, and like for me personally, my first child passed away like right at 8 months in utero. And, me and my wife went just through all sorts of emotions and, just trying to deal with it. And, 20 plus years later, still that creeps in ever so often. You get past things, you never get over them. And, even though that happened to me, I sit here and I look at your family, and I can't even try to put myself in your shoes, knowing, what you're going through. It's just, this is why everybody just needs to be nice to people and take care of each other,
Great.
because there's just a lot of stuff out there in the world that is beyond our control. And, and that's why, we're here tonight. We're trying to help you guys. We're trying to raise awareness, raise some money for you. Over your left shoulder there, Paige, you have some bottles. And I know Alex Drabbing with Red Barrel Liquors has talked about this before. But can you kind of give us the synopsis there of what those bottles are and maybe how we can go about purchasing some of those?
Yeah. We partner with Alex Drabing, as he mentioned, and West Fork here local in Indiana. And we do a barrel pick every year for a bourbon bash. And we then create a label. So every year is different. This is says B3. I don't, W for WB3. So you can then see that that's barrel 3 or batch 3. And then we have like a little update story, typically with a picture of Warner on the back and just how he's been over that last year. This is this year's bottle. We do have some available. You can either get with somebody from the Bourbon Legends and they can reach out to Alex. If you scan that website QR code, you can find me on social media. We can definitely get you guys a bottle. We've got some.
Yeah, and we've got people that have dropped the actual web address into the chat as well. If people, I know the QR code's not for everybody, and sometimes seeing the actual address, and I think get Will to put that address in there and pop it back up in the system again. But Alex has these bottles available. He's done, I think he's been involved from the beginning, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he's talked about it. And you did 2 bottles previous to this. Who was the company? And again, the label there for some of the people that aren't familiar with it. It's the Old Hammer.
Yep.
But what's the producer of that?
West Fork whiskey.
West Fork whiskey. Okay.
Yep. West Fork whiskey, and it's an Old Hammer straight bourbon whiskey single barrel. 113.7 proof.
What we're going to do tonight is we're actually going to give one of those bottles away. So here's what I want you folks to do. You can go out like we always do, #warrior, and put that in the comment section there, and that will help you help them, and we can have 2 winners tonight. So #warrior to win a bottle there of that single barreled Old Hammer. Now get your orders in, if you will, because at the end of this segment we're going to let Paige give it away.
I love Alex. The mash bill is 99 corn, 1% something.
I thought all he knew about was Miller Lite.
Yeah, Miller Lite. It probably has Miller Lite in it for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
99 corn, 1 something. Oh, Alex.
There he is.
I think Alex was really wanting to be on the show tonight. He kept saying, well, now, if y'all need me to get on that show, you just let me know. If you need to get on that show, just let me know. And we're like, okay, Alex. And I think we got it taken care of, Alex. I think we're gonna do this without you, Alex. So, but no, Alex is a good guy. He's got a mouth like a sailor and a heart like a saint. I'll just say that.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't like something he does, just go to their webpage and just write a bad review.
Yeah.
He would really appreciate a bad review. So speaking of support systems, I know Roger touched on that earlier. You do the gala and you have people like Alex, and I'm sure a lot of people in the community that helps do these fundraisers and whatnot. So Paige, are you kind of like the head honcho over all this? I mean, is that your goal now in life? Is you're going to organize and operate all these fundraisers, or?
I can't take that credit. My mother is the one who puts on the gala, and she is very good at what she does.
Okay.
I do help. There's a group of us that sit on the nonprofit as a committee, and we all just help wherever we can from a overall nonprofit awareness, funding, anything we can do. But the Bourbon Bash we do every year, and that's June 6th this coming year. And the gala, as mentioned, we do that every year as well in August. And this year it's August 29th. I do help, but I can't take credit for the crafter behind it.
Well, now I'll tell you, I went to the page. Actually, I believe it was your Facebook page. and I was scrolling through all the pictures, and I'm going to tell you, this gala that you put on, I mean, this is like an extravagant ball. I mean, they're in full length gowns, and it looks like tuxedos, and just. I think that we need to get Mike Brock there from Mooresville. We need to get Mike to go to this because he has got some awesome dance moves. And
That's what I've heard.
I would love to see the Bourbon Legends represented there with Mike Brock leading the way.
In a black tie.
Could you imagine seeing Mike Brock with a black tie and a pair of black shorts? Because I don't think he's ever wore a long pair of pants.
No, he wouldn't wear pants. It would have to be shorts.
I'm waiting for him to comment because I figure he was going to make some sort of snide remark here, but maybe Mike is being on his best behavior tonight. A lot of times we jump over on our Discord page after we have this Thursday Night Live, and then that's when we get rowdy and we start really letting people have it. So
I can tell you this: you've got his heart, and he's joined out the support of this project and this goal and things.
As a matter of fact, Mike,
you've got,
it was Mike and Alex that came to me, and they're like, "Hey, we need to do something." And I said, "Hey, you've got my blessings. Do whatever you want." And because I'm kind of pulled at a lot of all ins right now. And next thing I know, Alex sent me that video that y'all had made, I guess, over the weekend. And I'm like, so I guess you mean that y'all did that, and now you want me to do something with this video. And everything works out for a reason. Roger and I could not get a guest for this show. Distillery type guests or whatever, and finally we just gave up on it. And then Monday, when Alex sent me that video, I said, "Hey, this is God's way of telling me this is why you didn't get a guest." I didn't know that at the time, but now I do. And then I said to Paige, would you come on as a guest? And I swear to God, hon, you jumped on here faster than anybody other than maybe Chill Will Rocco. He jumps on pretty fast, but you jumped on, and we've just been talking back and forth all week to make this happen. And so I'm glad you guys are here, and I'm glad that we're going to give away a bottle. We're going to raise awareness and hopefully make some money. I know I've seen in the comments that people have talked about donating and everything. So let's keep up the good work, guys. Let's be legendary. And I'm going to show this video that they made over the weekend because their daughter Presley, which you said was what, 7?
She will be 7
Alex,
this year.
She'll be 7. Alex obviously must have bribed her with something because she said something along the lines of, "Come on, guys, be legendary."
Oh, yes.
And when she said that, I'm like, oh, man, talking about pulling on heartstrings there, Alex. I know that had to be him. He probably had some candy in his back pocket. Or he said, if you say this, I'll give you this candy, knowing him. But
he pulled out of his candy. It was a Miller Lite can again. I said, "Hey, fixed, Alex."
Well, now, speaking of drinking, I know we were talking backstage. Paige does not participate because of maybe some past experiences she's had, but Andy, you say you have some drinks, right? So you've got a drink. So cheers, brother. Everybody raise a glass and for Warner and all the warriors out there that's battling this disease.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Roger, you have any other questions that you would like to ask?
Well, I was just going to get talking to Dad a little bit, because it's as a dad, I know it's one of the most difficult things when you can't fix everything for your children. And I know that's kind of but it seems like you've really jumped into this and really got you're being a part of this, and which is very helpful to the whole family and everything like that. But what are some of the challenges you have? I mean, as a dad in this situation?
I think just being strong at all times for them. That's the toughest part. And then you guys hit on it a couple times, putting yourself in our shoes. I wouldn't want anybody to have to walk in these shoes. So those type of things there, I was like, no, don't even want you to think like that. So, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you both are unbelievably strong, but I'm just going to assume here that you really have no choice but to be.
Correct.
You know, it's that drive and determination to not give up, because once you give up, then everybody gives up. And, you know, that's not in anybody's best interest right now.
Yep.
So keep doing what you're doing, and, you know, don't feel afraid to, you know, you don't always have to be strong, you know?
Yeah.
Like I said, with my situation and your situation is somewhat similar, but not at all. You know, you got to be there for each other, and other people will be there for you. And, you know, just, you can't really overthink it. Like you can say, oh, why us? Why him? Why me? But, you know, everything has a purpose in life, and I don't know what this purpose is, and we may never know what it is, but, you know, you just got to keep fighting, you know.
I think you're seeing the purpose, or why us, is because we're going to fight. So it's happening right in front of your eyes. So.
Yeah.
Well, that's the key thing to it. Yeah. I know with our group this last week, we've had a few of our folks that have had challenges, and I always thought we were a supportive group. We had a couple of people that have had some challenges this last week, and they presented them, and they talked about them when we do our Discord chats and things like that, and everybody was there for them, which is what you have to be, because, you know, that's a unique part about, again, with the bourbon community and with everything else. They get focused on things as far as helping people out, and but they also want to make sure that other members of our group always have somebody to talk to, always have somebody to bring things to. And that's the key. I mean, is making sure that you have a support structure. And I think the thing I was noticing with this whole thing is just the fact that there's only 200 people that have been diagnosed, and the fact that there was that thought that there's more, but they just haven't had that ability to get diagnosed to know what's going on. And, you know, that wondering of what's going on is partly, that would drive me crazy. At least now you have some idea and a course and a path, and you have a focus, and that's a very important. So I appreciate you guys putting out the information and making sure that everybody knows about it, and that's going to be helpful going forward.
Speaking of that, Roger, Andy and Paige, have you guys ever got together with other families that's been through this and actually talked like one-on-one? Do they come to your events? Do you go to their events or anything?
Yeah, so actually this year in May, I was able to take Warner to a conference for rare diseases. It wasn't just INAD focused, but INAD is kind of umbrellaed under the group who hosted. And there were 2 other children there that had been diagnosed with INAD. So I was able to meet their parents, which was extremely helpful. I talked to both of them pretty frequently, texting, calling, FaceTiming, which is super helpful. You obviously have your people and everybody here supporting you, but having those people that are in the same situation as you it's not, it's easier, I guess. You have that understanding of each other and what each person's going through. So that has been a game changer to me, just to kind of be a sounding board, ask questions. One of them is 6 months older than Warner, so she's slightly ahead of where he is currently at, and I can just be like, hey, did you see this in your child, this is what I'm seeing in Warner. What do you feel I should do? Should this not be a concern? That kind of thing. So it's helpful. And then she's out of Rhode Island, so they're on the East Coast. They don't come to Indy. Hopefully we'll see each other every couple of years at that conference. That's the goal anyways. And the other one that I met is from Australia. So that's a definite no. They don't come here for those things, but we are partnering with them in hopes to get more awareness out with them as a broader spectrum. So
yeah, I mean, I guess, being that it is such a rare disorder, that it would be helpful to talk to other people and, kind of understand the process. Folks, we've got one more question that we're going to ask. But before we do that, now is your last chance to get in the hashtag warrior, and then we're going to give this bottle away. So my last question for you guys are, and it's, I'd like to end on a light note, but maybe it's not so light. We kind of touched on this as well just a second ago, but as parents of a child with this rare disorder, what would you tell other parents that may be experiencing something like this? I mean, what kind of words of encouragement could you give them?
Hold on to your faith. You can't get through this without having faith in God leading you every step of the way. Be right beside your partner. Him and I's relationship has grown a lot closer during this, but I don't know if you have anything else to add, but I mean, that's a huge, God has a purpose. We may not like that he chose us, but he has a purpose for us, and we will not stop fighting for this. It just won't happen.
Yeah, lean on each other, lean on family, and then lean on our friend group. I think with Alex doing what he didn't have to reach out and mention it or be a part of it like he has, but it's not just Alex. Our whole friend group is so close. We've got a big support system behind us, and that goes into family as well. We've got a big family, so very thankful for all that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And this is not just something that we do at Thanksgiving. This is a year-round thing that we should always be thankful. And even in the midst of having to deal with catastrophic issues, there's still at our shop, there's a sign that hangs above our desk, and it says there's always something to be thankful for. So I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for the Bourbon Legends. For anybody that watches this video, if you want to help out, there's always ways of doing it. And so I would encourage you to do that. All right, Paige, are you ready to give away a bottle?
I'm ready.
All right, here's what happens. I'm gonna share the screen, and it's gonna just flicker through, and you have to do what I usually do, which is you have to make the ticking sound. So you have to go like tick, 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 tick.
Got it.
Okay.
Let's see if he gets to share the screen first. So.
Roger, we broke 40 viewers right now. I've always wanted to break 40 viewers, and we finally broke 40 viewers. So thank you guys for that too. All right, let me get everything set up here so I can share this screen. Let's see. Got to figure out which one. Okay. All right, here we go. We're going to share the screen. Let's see. Add to the stage. Okay, here we go. We have 23 entries. All right, for this bottle of Old Hammer. All right, ready, Paige? Here we go.
Tick, 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 tick.
Tick, 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick.
Oh,
Stephanie Pot. Okay, this must be one of your peeps.
it is.
All right. Good job, Stephanie. Hey, you know what? I love this because this is going to save on shipping, right?
Yeah.
Stephanie, get with Paige or Alex or Andy, and we'll get you that bottle there. Congratulations, Stephanie Pike, for being the winner. Folks, we're going to give away some more goodies too. And this is just not for the Bourbon Legends. Anybody that's watching, you can get on our next giveaway, where we're going to give away. See if I can you see this? Since it's so close to Turkey Day, we are going to give away a Wild Turkey 101 a little bit later in the show. Do you guys have any last comments that you'd like to make or anything? The floor is yours.
You might change the screen, Craig.
Pardon me?
Get rid of there you go.
No, just we appreciate you guys' support. The more people we can get following us and behind us strengthens our army. So thank you.
Yep. We have a Facebook and an Instagram. We have a Warriors for Warner and INAD Warriors. At the least, if you guys just go like it and just share our post, we appreciate it more than you know. And thank you guys for allowing us on here.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're very welcome.
You. Thank you for getting on here. You're free to go now. You can either stick around on the show. If Andy wants to try to win this bottle, he can put his hashtag in here in a minute. It's good to meet you guys, and God bless you, not only now, but for this coming holiday season and everything. And I'm sure we won't be strangers. Paige, I need to talk to you. I will send you a message in the morning. I need to reach out to you. So be aware.
Sounds great.
I'm not going to bother you every day, but I will bother you in the morning.
It won't be a bother. I enjoy it.
Sounds like we'll see you guys at the table at the gala with Mike Brock.
You know, if we'll see. I'm not. If Mike Brock gets out there and dances, yeah,
I've got a full tux, so I'm
there.
good.
You go.
Ready.
I was going to say, if Mike Brock's out there in a pair of shorts, cut off black tuxedo shorts, that would be a good reason for me not to be there. All right, guys, we appreciate y'all coming on. God bless you, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. All right, folks, that was Paige and Andy. Like I said, I'm going to leave this. I'm going to leave their website up at the top of the screen. Roger, that's a hell of a situation to be in. I think, remember that one night that we raised all those lots for Old Glory?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great if we could get all you guys out there to go and like their Facebook page and share their Facebook page and their Instagram page and all that? And I mean, that doesn't cost you a dime. It costs you a little bit of time, but go out there and push that, and let's help Warner. Okay?
And support the family. That's the key. I mean, the idea is that the more information that's shared about this, and the more that it's put out there, the better chance there is that someone's gonna, there's gonna be a possibility for some sort of treatment or something for them. But the key is just get awareness out there for it.
Right. And maybe I should say this, maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I'm going to say it anyway. They didn't come on here begging for money.
No.
And
I think, like you said earlier this week, we were looking for something, and I think there was a higher power giving us the ability to just say, hey, this is going to be what we're going to do this week.
There's no doubt. And like I said, also we had the highest viewership that we've had, and that's great, because that means the night that we have the highest viewership means the more people saw this.
Yeah.
What do you
we're
think
not
about
done
it?
yet.
What do you think about it, Chill Will Rocco?
I think I don't have any problems at all in this world. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I mean, after hearing that story, Yeah,
It
I don't have any issues.
you know, like I said, there's always something to be thankful for, and
Mhm.
you know,
Well, and
like
I'm thankful. I'm thankful we've got this community of people that will come together and support people like that. Um, I think it's great that Alex has those bottles and he's willing to, you know, do whatever it takes to get one in your hands to support their cause. So I don't know exactly what all needs to take place on that. If they need people just need to email us or talk to him directly or what, but um, that's another way you
well,
can support them other than just the website. So
I think probably the easiest way to do it would be just to reach out to Alex personally, or just go to the QR code up there, and I think Paige would be more than happy to send your information over to Alex, because she said just get with somebody, and she would get us a bottle of that, and that all goes back for a good cause. Hey,
absolutely.
let's do something different here. Let's change gears. Let's talk about a few more releases, and then we're going to give away another bottle, okay, of that turkey. So first off, let's go back into look at there. We lost Will.
Oh,
Can you believe that we lost Will?
well, we do that a lot. You know what? Just and go to Will.
There's Will. Caught you, Will.
Oh, sorry.
I
I'm
just
just
had
trying to get the last.
Roger said get rid of him, so I did. Let's talk about
Trying to
this.
get the last drop. Sorry.
That's okay. If your tongue
Yeah.
was longer, you could get in there and wrap it all around on the inside of it.
I'm not that talented, so
Yeah, I know.
yeah. So Jack Daniel's Sweet Mash. This is distillery series. I've seen different distillery series around, but I've never been fortunate enough to get a hold of one.
I haven't either.
But, looking at these tasting notes, I mean, cinnamon, but butterscotch. I absolutely love butterscotch.
Mm-hmm.
Charred oak. What's not to love about that? Maple syrup.
Maple sugar
Candy. I mean, wow.
And then you get that crispness of a peeled Granny Smith green apple.
I mean,
and Jack Daniel's doesn't typically make a sweet mash. They're known for their sour mashes. So where have you seen these bottles at? I've never seen a bottle in person.
I mean, I've seen some over in Memphis. They're never in Arkansas, but and I've seen some in other people's collections. On their bars, but yeah, I've never actually had one in my hand.
No, I'd like to have one. All right,
I'd like to give it a try.
Good to see you, Will.
See you. Bye.
Well,
Hey, Marty.
Bring Roger back.
Marty, you know where they have some of these, and you know who you are, Marty. We need at least three bottles of this.
Yeah, Marty, help a brother out, buddy. Help a brother out, Marty. Look at here, Roger. What's coming out? Willett Family Estate Small Batch. And I know a lot of people hate on Willett, but I'm going to tell you what. The purple tops are damn hard to beat. They're expensive as hell, but I'm going to tell you this. Every one that I've ever had has been consistently good, other than the pot still, that is terrible. But this is a blend of 50 barrels, and that was 125 proof. It was 2 mash bills. So they married together a 70% with a 72% corn, 13 rye, 15 barley, and then the other batch is 30% of the batch is 52% corn, 38 rye, and 10 barley. Now, what do you make of mixing 2 batches like that together? Are they just trying to get rid of something? Is this his hype? Or is this something of substance?
I think this is something they've thought out for a little bit, and this blend is kind of one of those things to get, maybe, from what I understand, the price point on it's not going to be as high as some of the other Willett Purple Tops that are that have been out there in the past. as we saw, breaking news, when we were down in Kentucky this last trip, they're building a whole brand new distillery. I mean, boys and girls, this thing is going to make the old one pale in comparison. Just a massive facility. Again, down in that heading toward Danville, where you're heading toward Wilderness Trail and some other places. And there's this just big, beautiful distillery they're building out there in the middle of the thing. I think the idea is, I think as we go forward, doing more of their own juice, more of their own products, and this is kind of the way to lead into it.
Thank you. I think you're right. And stay off their grass.
Oh yeah, they have big signs.
I hope at their new distillery that they'll actually let us walk on the grass and not stay out of it. Folks, 101, hashtag 101. That's going to win you a bottle of Wild Turkey 101. And you know, if you know, us Bourbon Legends really do like the Wild Turkey product. We just idolize Mr. Jimmy. And here's the deal,
It's the
folks.
perfect bottle for Thanksgiving.
It is. Here's the deal. Okay. Go now and hit hashtag 101. And listen, while you're at it, go to our webpage, not our webpage, but our YouTube channel, and hit like and subscribe. All of the warriors for Warner out there that's watching tonight, go like and subscribe, and that'll help us out as well. Now, I'm going to bring Will in on this one. I'm going to try to bring Will in on this one. I don't know how successful I'm going to be, but we're going to flip over. Look, already messing up. Oh, that's not going to work.
Oh, wow.
That's not going to work. Oh, man, you're going to make me build this thing on the fly. No, I don't think I can do this.
No.
All right, we'll just have to wait.
Well, I tell you what, I'll give you my thoughts, and then you can bring in Will.
Okay, that'll work. Wenzel. Have you ever heard of Wenzel Distillery out of Covington, Kentucky?
No, I have not. I was thinking it was a different name, and so tell me something, and the fact that maybe you've had some contact with him as well.
I have been in contact with Wenzel. We're looking at a potential guest to come on this show in the near future. It'll be next year because we are booked up for the rest of the year, Roger, with guests.
Yeah, some really exciting guests.
Oh, some great ones. But Wenzel, very interesting that they just won 2 gold medals for Best American Rye Whiskey from their Rectifier series out in San Francisco at the World Spirits Competition just earlier this year. And no, folks, it's sold out. You cannot go and buy it at their webpage. But I think this is just here to show us, Roger, that the big boys are going to always be consistent, but these little guys, these craft distilleries, they're making a name for themselves. And I think, you know, with people like us and other YouTubers and whiskey tubers, that we're going to start getting the word out about these groups. You know, I think the sky's the limit for these guys. In a world of whiskey that's actually down, I think there's going to be some bright stars that are going to show up.
Well, we're hopefully going to have the chance to have them on, and maybe we'll be able to help support them and get some juice from them to let everybody on our group know about it.
I hope so. All right, I'm going to bring Will in. Will,
what's happening?
Have you ever heard of Wenzel Distillery?
I have never heard of Wenzel Distillery. I'm glad that you know, these smaller craft distilleries are getting a lot of recognition, though. I mean, after last week's guest, Nobleton's, that was some very excellent whiskey to drink.
It damn sure was. And I'm right there along with you. I just searched every morning. I kind of go through my routine, try to see what's out there, and this story came up in just a little bitty blurb, and I kind of started looking into it, and I'm like, how many other distilleries out there are there that none of us know about?
I mean, there's quite a few, I'm sure, because we
And
don't know about them.
And every one of these guys has a story, and they need to be brought to light.
Yeah,
Hey,
I think
I'm
so.
going to hop off of here, Will, and I'm going to let Roger and you talk for just a minute, okay?
Oh boy.
And maybe
Let-
maybe you and Roger can talk about what's going to be coming up here after Thanksgiving. Okay?
Okay.
All right. I'll see you guys in.
Oh, let's
Okay,
see.
we're in charge. We've taken over, guys.
Yep. The inmates are running the asylum.
The inmates are running the asylum. I got to
So,
tell you.
so Roger, what's happening after Thanksgiving that Craig alluded to that I don't know about?
Well, and we've got some guests. I mean, in December, we've got Lisa from the Whiskey Thief, who is the master distiller over there, who used to be at
Okay.
Widow Jane, who is, very connected within the bourbon industry, has a lot of interesting stories, a lot of interesting information. We're going to have her on in December, on the December 4th. And then Whit Hageman is with ASW Fiddler, which is a producer and blender out of Atlanta, the Atlanta area. Has a whole line of different bourbons and things like that. So some of our folks have enjoyed, and we haven't
Yeah, I've
necessarily a chance to
heard a
get.
lot of good stuff about them. Yeah. So
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
And don't forget next week. Next week
Well,
we're going to have on the world famous Jennifer Gray.
yeah,
In
you know,
case you don't know, she
Dirty
was.
Dancing, all those movies.
Uh, she has a very interesting story. Not only is she a lovely woman to be around, she's so friendly and so nice, so knowledgeable. And dang it, she goes by the Bourbon Barbie too. So you could just imagine anybody that goes by the name Bourbon Barbie. What do you think about that?
I think, yeah, we've got a win-win situation going on next week. I
Absolutely.
everybody's going to be very surprised with
And,
all the gives us, the insights, and then I heard from a little bird that she might know how to handle a bourbon barrel.
I believe you're right.
She's on the barrel rolling team and on the team that does it at Heaven Hill. I mean,
The
I didn't even,
women, well, there's two teams. Uh, Assuming there's a men's division and a women's division as well.
yeah, I
Y'all
didn't
don't
even
give away too much now.
No,
for Heaven. I mean, but she's
and,
the
and, and she's got some great stories, and I think we're probably going to maybe get some inside information on what's going on there at the new Heaven Hill Springs facility. That's where she's basically out of right now. So, hey guys, y'all want to do a little review? Would y'all like to do a little review tonight? It was Veterans Day. Remember that a couple of days ago was Veterans Day.
Well, I always think you got to recognize your veterans 365 days a year. If you've got a veteran that lives by you and they need some help or they need to talk to you, be that person. Simple as that. Be that person. Get out there and help them. I am proud to say that I have a Marine gunnery sergeant next door who she doesn't look like your typical Marine sergeant. And she lives next door to me and is one of the best neighbors I could have. And I very much appreciate her. And this week she celebrated the Marine Corps' birthday as well as Veterans Day. So,
Yep. Hoorah. 250 years of the Marine Corps.
yeah.
Salute.
So I think what we're talking about is Evan Williams does a batch every year from 23, 24, and 25 of a small batch bourbon called the American Hero Edition. And I know that it focused on military servicemen, but I think one of the things we talked about was this is for all the heroes that we have out there, our first responders, everyone else out there that, puts their lives on for our community and for our people, and also there to provide aid and provide comfort for everyone injured and those type things. So this release they do, and they've chosen Evan Williams does it, and it is a very unique release from their 1783 because it focuses on using barrels from their rick houses at the Bernheim facility, which is in this big brick rick house in the top floor. So the profile on the 1783 is a lot different, 90 proof, things like that. Will, what do you know about it?
Well, I know it's an excellent pour for the price for sure. But one thing I like about it is each bottle has a tag that tells you who the pick team was, and it's all veterans. So, it's pretty interesting to look at, the actual people and where they served, who they are, and know that, this bottle was picked by them to honor other heroes that are out there, whether it's military heroes, police, fire, first responders. I mean, I think it's just a great thing. And I've got 23, 24, and 25 batch, and they're all very, very good in my opinion. So, like I said, each year they highlight who the pick team was. So, if you don't have this bottle on your shelf, you really need to go out and pick one up. Just excellent stuff.
Yeah, and they're at least in Central Arkansas, they're hard to come by right now.
Yeah.
So, because I was
Well,
looking
we've got a lot of
yesterday, I wanted to give a bottle away tonight of that since it was Veterans Day, and couldn't find a bottle of it to give away. So that's why we had to go with the turkey.
Which batch are you pouring?
24 is what I have.
Okay, I will drink 24
because I no longer have any 23. Might or might not.
I've got
And
that much 23 left, so if you need a little bit, we'll share some.
Well, that'll work. That'll work. That's the nice thing about Will. He shares.
That is nice.
Sometimes it's on top of a parking garage.
On top of a parking garage.
Yeah.
That's always the best place to have a pour is on top of a parking garage.
I mean, yeah,
I'm going to make this I'm going to make this look as patriotic as I can here.
Oh, you are just blowing it up there.
All right, guys.
Hey, if you haven't put in hashtag 101, make sure you have it.
There you go. Cheers.
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 Yeah, not bad for what, under $40 pour?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's less than that.
Yeah.
It's under 30, I think.
Yeah, and even though it's 90 proof, you would think that, you're not going to get much out of that. There's a lot of flavor in this 90 proof.
Yeah,
I get a lot of brown sugar, butterscotch type stuff.
Yeah, I love that burnt sugar or brown sugar, that molasses caramelization, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I put it up against the regular 1783, which I think's a very good pour, a solid pour. But I think the 1783 is more of a mixer to me. And this tends to be a little more of a sipper too. And that's one thing I've noticed with it. I don't like to blend it. I'd rather blend the regular 1783 into an old fashioned or a Manhattan, something along those lines. But this thing carries itself. I still think that story where they do it out of the rick houses at Bernheim with those high floors, it makes a difference.
I'm sure it does. Well, like Will said, if you don't have a bottle, I would suggest you go out and get a bottle. And do either of you know? Is there a certain amount of proceeds that goes back to veterans? Do you know that, or is it just a tribute bottle?
I don't know. Let me look at the label right quick.
Yeah.
It salutes U.S. military veterans who dedicate their lives of helping others, especially fellow service members. $1 of every bottle sold annually, up to $75,000, is donated to qualified organizations that serve the U.S. military veterans. So yes, every time you buy one of these, $1 of that goes to organizations that support veterans. And
There you go.
our veterans need a lot of support. They see things, especially combat veterans. The gentleman that works in the office next to me is a Marine and Navy veteran. He was a Navy SEAL. He got to see a lot of stuff that you don't want to see. And, they have to deal with that. And they need community. They need people that look out for them. They need people that care about them, and y'all were talking about community this week, this guy's a big weightlifter, tough guy, and he got a call Monday morning right at the beginning of work and that his mother had passed away. And, he told me the news and I said, hey, I just gave him a bear hug because he just needed somebody at that time. Right.
Right.
And that's what's great about this community. It doesn't matter what you're going through. We can get on Discord. We can watch these videos. We can talk in the chat. And people are here for you, right? So that's what I really enjoy about this. I had my own problems last year. I spent a lot of time sitting on the couch watching YouTube because I couldn't do anything else. And, that's what helped get me through. Part of what helped get me through. Of course, I had family and friends that were watching out for me and praying for me and stuff. But, and that was a big blessing to me as well. But just being able to get on at, 9:00 in the morning when RJ's driving to work, doing a live and bourbon hunting and interacting with those people was great. And, watching Major Zero do hunt videos and, watching the live from the patio guys. I mean, all those things kept my spirits up when I was going through, my issues. And now, hanging out with you guys and adding this to my bar, that's a big deal to me. And getting to share all this with y'all, everybody out here on YouTube. I don't care anything about being a celebrity, even though I act like it in Discord, but just hanging out with all these good people. I mean, it just makes my day. So
yeah, it's that it goes well beyond the pores. It's that sense of community, like you say, and being there through good times and bad. That's what it means to be friends and to be confidants. And hey, I say cheers, guys.
Cheers.
And I say you also should go out and be legendary.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now.
And yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, anybody who's not in the Discord, get in the Discord. There's somebody there almost every night. If you need somebody to talk to about anything, get in the Discord because somebody can listen to you. They may not have any answers, but at least it's somebody to listen to you, right?
Yeah.
So,
or you can sit and listen, or you can sit and listen to somebody else.
Absolutely.
All right, changing gears. I do want to hawk one more thing. Got a little feedback. Who am I feeding back through? Do you know? Check. Anyway, while we were in Kentucky, and you need to be watching our YouTube channel because I've got content posting 2 times a week of our journeys through Kentucky. Goes all the way up almost to Christmas Day. But we want to do something very special here. And next year we're going to do some barrel picks, and it's already in the plans, folks. It's going to happen. We're going to do a minimum of 4, depending on how much bottles cost and how much you guys support us will depend on how many we actually end up doing. But one thing that we do through the year is we do some sort of fundraising. We've given away bottles to Patreon members. We've done other giveaways, if you will, donations for giveaways. And we're going to do one more big one between now and Christmas. And I want to show you here. I'm going to actually showcase myself here, if you will. So while we were at Jim Beam, we saw this bottle of Booker's, okay? And it was signed by no other than Fred No, who is the master distiller there at Booker's. Now, what is unique about this batch is this was last year's release. It's 125.8 proof, 7-year, 9-month, and 19 days. And it's called Jimmy's Batch. I don't know if you guys can see that. Jimmy's Batch. And this bottle was produced in honor of Jimmy Russell's 70th anniversary of Master Distiller at Wild Turkey. So we picked this bottle up, right? Signed by Mr. Fred No. Signed by no other than Mr. Jimmy Russell. And signed by no other than Mr. Jimmy's wife, Jaretta. So, folks, this is one of the rarest bottles I believe that we will be able to give away to you folks here on our Bourbon Legends channel. They don't get much more legendary than Fred No and Jimmy and Jaretta Russell. So that is something to look forward to starting in December. And on Roger, I believe it's the 18th of December is the last show of the season for us.
Yes, it is.
And so we will be giving that bottle away on December 18th show. I don't know who will be giving it away, whether it'll be you or Will or maybe old St. Nick. I don't know.
I would hope that we could talk Santa into giving away the bottle that night, because we've got it that night to speak out, to talk about it.
But you know what was so legendary about that whole day? That was just a culmination of a wonderful trip. And that was just the cherry on top, because we'd already been to Wild Turkey earlier in the week and Mr. Jimmy wasn't there. And when we pulled into the driveway or the parking lot there at Wild Turkey, there we saw Jimmy's Lexus, and we drove by and we rolled the window down and we're like, "Hey, Mr. Jimmy." And I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that. And Mr. Jimmy's video will be coming up on the YouTube channel. So we got Jimmy to speak a few words, and you get to see him autographing that particular bottle right there. So be looking for that coming up. All right. And let's give away a bottle, folks. You want to do it? This is your last call. You've got like a minute to put in hashtag 101 to win Mr. Jimmy's 101 Wild Turkey.
Can I preview our guest for December 18th as well?
Absolutely. Go right ahead.
This is going to be interesting. We have Mike Frugy. I don't know how
Fruget, we really don't know how
Fruget
to say it.
JT Melk is going to be on the 18th. So if you haven't got a bottle of JT Melk so we can do a toast that night, please go out and find yourself one. I was able to fortunately find the JT Melk High Proof at our local
There's somewhere.
called 107 Liquors in lovely Sherwood. And Anthony Eckert will help us get that and secure that bottle. He's a distributor for that uh, for their product. And it's rice whiskey, but I'm telling you what, it's pretty darn good. I think Will attest to that, and Craig.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it.
And talking about things to be thankful for, when we started this channel, back in June?
Yeah.
Right around July. It was always kind of a dream to think, hey, it'd be cool to have a variety show about whiskey and actually bring on guests. And for a group of people that's really, the Bourbon Legends officially is like 90 something members. I mean, I'd love it to be 390. But for having such a small following, we've really pulled in some great guests. And next year, the sky's the limit. We're already working on January. On our Discord, I put a little blurb out there today in the announcements. If you guys know anybody who have some connections to somebody, something that you want to see out there, drop me a line or drop Roger a line or hell, drop Will a line. And we'll reach out to these people. And the worst thing they can do is say no, or I guess the worst thing is just ignore us, because we do have a lot of them that just won't even reply back to us. But the sky's the limit, man. I'm telling you, I want to get the bigger we get and the more people that we can talk to and know, that's just going to open up more opportunities to get, good guests. And you never know what your guest is going to bring. Just like tonight, it was a great show. The K's brought a lot of things for us to see and to think over, and I just want to keep this thing going through next year. So help us out, support the Bourbon Legends, like, subscribe, shoot us some messages. Just be more of a participant. It's addictive. Not only drinking, but getting online, and we always have a question of the day or show off your bottles or things like that. I mean, jump on, be a part of the community, and let's give this damn bottle away. I'm tired of talking, folks.
That's enough, Craig. Shut her down.
Ready? Y'all ready?
All right, are you going to do the dit?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
All right, here we go, folks.
Okay.
21 entries. Hashtag 101. Here we go. Jonathan Horn.
I was hoping I would win, so I'd have one to go with this one too. Dang it.
Man. Jonathan Korn. I'm going to assume that the second N is silent. Jonathan, I do not have your information. If you would please go to thebourbonlegends.com and send me a message and tell me that you just won a Gobble Gobble 101 Wild Turkey. I'll get that sent out to you tomorrow. Jonathan, you're online right now. You just put awesome. Shoot me an email there, and I will get this bottle wrapped up and mailed out to you tomorrow. So that way you will have it to be able to partake. Jonathan Korn we know him. He's on Discord. He was just going by his real name, not by his.
We know that.
Oh, there
You
we
never,
go.
I know who you are. Okay.
I know who he is.
Yeah, we all know who you are. We'll get your address in from Discord later on. And folks, we'll see you next week with the Bourbon Barbie. You do not want to miss this show. Trust me, you will. This is going to be a show of all shows. So stick around, folks. Same
Yep, very
time,
entertaining.
same channel. As my friend Adam says, Salanja or salad or whatever the hell
Salanja.
he says.
Yes.
Whatever.
Have a good day.
I say cheers. Good
Cheers.
night, everybody.
Good
Salute.
night.
For the stories we've told of barrels and bottles and whiskey gold, from grain to glass,